back to you. Okay.
Is that where they made all those big Jules Verne epics in the 60s, maybe?
I don't know.
In Eastern Europe.
I don't know, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing it. Kind of a Cinecittà of the Balkans.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So what are you working on right now?
Now I have 3 films about to come out.
3?
Yeah. A short film, a medium film, and a feature film.
Are they all connected or they're all separate?
2 of them are connected. So the feature film is called The Misandrists, and it's about a sort of a sect of essentialist, feminist, lesbian separatist terrorists.
It's kind of your twist on Patty Hearst, or what?
Kind of. It's a loose sequel to my film The Raspberry Reich, which came out in 2005.
And what was that one about?
That one was about a group of
I
extreme
realize I
left-wing.
haven't seen them all.
Yeah. A group of extreme left-wing radicals run by this woman named Gudrun, who believes that there will be no sexual revolution. There'll be no revolution without sexual revolution, and there'll be no sexual revolution without homosexual revolution. So to that end, she makes her straight male followers have gay sex with each other in order to prove their revolutionary commitment.
And the new one? Okay.
The new one is a lesbian kind of version, in a way. It's a gentle critique or satire, in a way, of second wave feminism. I often critique the radical left, even though I agree with many of their beliefs. I find there's always a lot of contradictions, or a kind of they often paint themselves into corners ideologically, or end up not practicing what they preach, or my favorite theme, the oppressed becoming the oppressor.
Mm-hmm.
So in this one, these are lesbian separatists who actually really hate men, and they form their own kind of cult almost, and they plan to their strategy for revolution is to make lesbian porn and make people watch it, force people to watch it. So yeah, it's kind of a.
That's the short film?
No, that's the feature film.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the medium film, it's a bit complicated. It's called Ulrika's Brain.
Wow,
And
sci-fi.
Yeah, it's like a B movie, but it's related to The Misandrists, the feature film, because it's a complicated. It appears briefly as a film within the film in The Misandrists.
Oh, I love that.
But then I made it into a full 50-minute film. It's supposed to be the leader of the feminists is called feminist terrorist. Her name is Big Mother, or she calls herself Big Mother, and she used to be an actress. So this is the film that she starred in when she was an actress, and it's about Gudrun and Ulrika Meinhof, one of the main members of the Baader Meinhof gang, the Red Army faction, who are the extreme left-wing terrorists of the 70s. When she died, she and the other main members all died in prison under mysterious circumstances, and then they removed their brains from their bodies to examine them to see if there was some reason they became terrorists. It's very strange.
I love it.
And then their brains disappeared. No one could find their brains.
Someone stole them.
Apparently, yeah. And so in my fictional version, this feminist doctor has Ulrika's brain, and she's trying to find a female body to put it in to start a new feminist revolution.
It's kind of your, what's his name? Dick? The sci-fi writer?
Philip K. Dick.
Philip, yeah. Is it kind of your variation?
It's a lot more trashy. It's like, there's some trashy B movies like They Saved Hitler's Brain, and
yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
The Brain That Would Not Die.
All kind of from the 70s.
60s.
60s.
Yeah. So I have a.
So that's the medium one. What's the short one?
The short one was made for a a Spanish porn company called Erica Lust, and she commissions. It's mostly high-end porn, so with good production values, but short films. So I made for them a 20-minute film called Refugees Welcome, and it's about a Syrian refugee who meets a Czech poet in Berlin, and they meet and have sex, have an affair together. So it's but they're both poets, so they both recite poetry in the film, one in Arabic and one in Czech.
Well, that's very timely.
I know.
That's
And
really interesting.
yeah, so it's kind of strange. It's kind of my way of. It's kind of a politically incorrect fetish of a politically correct subject, you know, because. And you know, in the way I make films, I try to offend everyone. You know, so it kind of would offend liberals because they support refugees, Syrian refugees, but they wouldn't want to see a porn movie about it, you know.
Right.
And then it offends conservatives because it's both totally supports, you know, the idea of bringing in and accepting Syrian refugees, but they probably wouldn't want it to be a porn movie either. And then of course it would offend Syrian refugees because it's a gay porn. You know,
So the only film that didn't have sex was the I always mispronounce it.
Gerontophilia.
Gerontophilia. That's the only one that you've ever made
That's
without
not
sex.
doesn't have explicit sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. How did that happen?
Well, for me, it was a radical gesture to not.
It was for you, my God.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to. Sometimes you find that people want to put you in a box or pigeonhole you, you know, and so sometimes you have to step outside and your comfort zone or just try something different. So I wanted to make more of a romantic comedy, still using a theme that people would find
Objectionable.
objectionable.
I mean, old people and sex is usually not
Yeah.
the most
Yeah.
desired.
Yeah,
footage.
and so the challenge was to make it romantic, and it was an 18-year-old boy, you know, in an affair with an 81-year-old man. So it was all about the casting and making it believable, and the chemistry between them, and making it romantic. And it worked for a lot of people. It worked. It was quite popular in France.
So it's been like 30 years of filmmaking?
Well, I mean, feature filmmaking, 25.
Yeah.
Before that, I had made some, before 1991, Musk Enough Mess, I had made some short Super 8 experimental films, probably starting in 1987 or 88.
So how did you get into it in the first place? Did you study film in Canada?
I did. I went to university, York University in Toronto. But I intended from a very young age to be a film critic, actually.
Oh, really? You
Yeah.
like Truffaut?
Truffaut, most of the new wave
Yeah.
started as filmmakers, as critics. But so did like Americans like Peter Bogdanovich.
Exactly. Yeah.
So so I took 2 years of production because I wanted to know how films are actually made. So I took photography and Super 8 courses, but then I ended up getting my master's in film and social and political thought. And then, but while I was in grad school, I became disillusioned with academia. So I started hanging out in the punk scene, and a lot of people in the punk scene were using Super 8 film in Toronto at that time. So I just started making these short experimental Super 8 films.
Which brings me to the point of, you said along with screening your own films this weekend, you're going to show films that were inspiring for you coming up. So what kind of films are we going to see?
Well, I mentioned Videodrome, David Cronenberg's Videodrome.
Did you know him personally from the
I've only
festival?
met him once. Yeah. I don't really know him so well. I know Adam Egoyan.
I love
better.
his films.
Yeah.
Well, I loved his films.
I'm sure. I think we're showing clips from L'Eclisse by Antonioni and maybe a Bertolucci, like The Conformist, or we're showing I love one of my favorite films is Clute.
Oh, I love Clute with Jane Fonda.
Yeah.
It's such
I
a
hope
good
we
film.
can find a. I have a reference to Clute in almost every film I've ever made.
Really?
Yeah. For example, the ending of my first film, No Skin Off My Ass, Jane Fonda's last voiceover at the very end of the film is used by the sister of the skinhead. Yeah.
I love it. So, and Donald Sutherland's another Canadian.
He is, indeed. And what else? Maybe like, I mean, Woody Allen's Interiors is one of my all-time favorite films.
Yeah, it was great. So unexpected from him.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like, I'm not sure what they've dug up. I give them a list,
Mm-hmm.
So also to Jane Fonda in Godard's Tout va bien,
Mm-hmm.
which is her super radical period.
Are you a fan of Godard?
Yeah, especially up to 1976.
Mm-hmm. What was the last one you
Sauf
liked?
qui pour la vie.
And Pasolini, I guess.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're showing. Maybe it would be too literal to show Pasolini at a club called Salo. So.
Yeah, I guess. Well, you could have that excrement banquet going on.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'll never forget seeing that for the first time. That was pretty intense.
I forgot, I should have got them to get Dusov Makaveyev's Sweet movie. Have you ever seen that film?
Sweet, it sounds vaguely familiar.
Makaveyev made W.R. Mysteries of the Organism, and which was a film that inspired The Raspberry Reich very much, my film. But he also made a film called Sweet Movie, which is very crazy, which has a lot of shit in it.
Yeah, I have a problem with some body functions.
Mm.
I don't know why I love Hustler White so much, considering there was a guy with the missing, like, part of
In his
arm, or
yeah.
unforgettable. It was unforgettable. So if you had to pick, like, your 3 top favorite films of all time, what would they be?
I'll go out on a limb and say Interiors, Clute, and Luna, Bertolucci's Luna.
It's great. So, the DJing, when did that start?
I think we have like a kind of early part of the evening from 9 to 11, which is a little more casual. I'm playing like from my collection of soundtrack music, movie soundtrack music, and we have the little performances and stuff. And then the real dance music will start at 11.
So everything's going on, like the films are going to be screened on Buchla? Or?
Yeah.